Hi, it's Kelsey with Junk Journal Magic, and it's Throwback Thursday, so I'm back with my Altered Arts magazine and little project. Throwback Thursday is a little program I'm hosting on Thursdays to go through my Altered Art magazine stash. We're working on the January-February issue for 2006, and we flipped through this last week, and I've chosen a project to work on. I am going to make my version of a clipboard. This artist did my favorite things clipboard. I'm not going to do that. I just want to make the clipboard, and showing you how to do it. You can make a clipboard too. My allergies. I cannot talk today. This little clipboard right here is what I'm talking about. You can use it for all sorts of things. Basically, I'm just going to run through a really quickie tutorial so you can make one yourself. And I am not going to keep this out. Here you go. There's your last look at it. But I do like how hers is kind of grungy. Maybe she put some glue down, let it somewhat dry, and then painted over it to get that crackle effect. All we need is something for the board. This piece here was a masterboard style piece I made. The back is fun papers and the front is stamps. I like to make postage stamp collage masterboard things. This one was some sort of sheet of something, maybe packaging cardboard with a shirt. I don't know, it's oversized for what I normally have. But I went and put all basically brown tone and some yellows, which grade into brown stamps. I really like this one. I normally, when I'm making a masterboard like I did with, or a clipboard when I did with that one, I like to use the masterboard I made that I think is the most boring thing ever. Because it's really cool when you're finished. This one has more spunk to it with some orange and yellow with the brown, but I'm going to use it. You can also use just plain masterboards you made. This would be fun. And that's the last page. My first masterboard magazine I collaged in started falling apart, so all the sheets they're randomly singles or doubles with missing sheets. I love this one, but that would make perfect journaling tags, cards, pockets, belly bands. I'm not going to use it for a clipboard. This one is a lot of fun. Real fun. This is just a shipping envelope that's been stamped with different things. That came from the Red Lead Company. And they stamped some of their stamps on every little envelope they sent shipments in. So I got some fun little pieces. Here's a fun elf playing a little trumpet flower. Or is that a fairy? One or the other. There's green stamps, and they look really good on here. All green on here may not look so interesting. So, yeah. I think I'm going to use this stamp collage board with all these postage stamps. So what I need to do, I want this to be thicker. See? It's pretty floppy. I want it thicker than that. Let me get a piece of something to back it with. Okay, I found a nice oversized piece of something from the back of a notebook. Now, while I was looking, I'll show you, I found some more collage boards. I like this one. There's a lot of that Caribbean blue, the tones of the ocean in here. Not so boring. This one to me is boring. Boring. So, okay, that's a nice contender. Oh, I do not like this one. I am not into red. And look, here's a green one. This one has a little fun color pop here and there. This one's neat with that mask from Liberia. I'm not going to, you know what I found? And I think I really want to use this one. Because I get stamps like this, these U.S. stamps all the time. And you know, nobody does anything with them. And if you put them together into a masterboard like this, you can make stuff. So let's use this USA stamp piece. I knew I had some more masterboards somewhere. I just couldn't find them. So, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this together, and that will make that very strong. Okay, let's do it. So, just a note, when you make a piece with postage stamps, you need to make sure you overlap each edge of a stamp with the previous stamp that you're putting down. They won't be any perfect line, but people don't really see those edges. And you need to sew around the outer edge no matter how big your piece is. I have taken tiny little tags and sewn around them with the sewing machine. That holds the flat edges down because those little pieces can pull up. And you know, that is not good. It's just not good. So, okay, we've got that done. Let me decide, do I want it to be a little smaller? I think I want it smaller, but that's okay. I can cut these down. I should have cut it before I glued it down. I admit that, but it's okay. Everything's okay. Let me find my cutter. Okay, let's get back to this piece. Now, once you have your board ready, I had a hole punched into this because this was a piece of cardstock advertisement stuff inside something, and it had that hole. Where did I put it? I just had it. Here it is. Here it is. And so I just carefully glued around there really well, put everything down, made sure it was all glued so nothing would peel up on both sides. And then I carefully cut out. You can get in there with your hole punch like this, regular old hole punch, nothing fancy, nothing large, nothing small, just the standard one kids use in public school. And you could just get, oh, I keep losing little circles. You just get right in there and put this right over to the edge and punch it down, and that way you can really get down in there. And then you can also use a little nail file. I'm all about using nail files instead of buying fancy tools because, you know, paper crafting isn't cheap, especially when you need tools. So save your money for fancy tools. And the little hidden paper clip that I made just slides right on. I love it. Then you could put whatever you want. If you want to make a little clipboard for your channel and change whatever you're doing that day to different things. Mine is pretty rough. I intentionally wanted it rough. I didn't want anything too fancy because, you know, fancy means you got to work harder. So see, you know, just have little labels for whatever you're working on. You don't have to throw them away until you're finished with that particular project. That aside, so you have your board ready. You can make one of these. I left the tutorial in the description box below. So don't worry about making one right now. You can go watch it when you want. And what to remember is that I couldn't find the link to this die. It was from Temu, but they have other dies. And what you want to do is get that measurement with the paper clip inside there where you don't see. So you can see a tiny little lump right in there at the base right here. And that's the top of the paper clip, and I color that with a black Sharpie. And so it just looks like it's part of the binder clip. And then once you get it ready, I'd show you how to do it. You just glue it together, and boom, you're done. I tied some ribbon on this, so it would carry through on that patriotic theme. And we can put my paper on here, just because it's ready. And there you go. You can have something like this. I don't mind. You're not copying me. It's just a great compliment that you think it's so cool you want to do it yourself. And yours probably won't be this junky. But hey, I like junky. You know, with creating and art, crafting and everything, I couldn't just let go and have fun until they let me do junk journaling, junk this and junk that. And I'm like, oh, I made altered books for decades before I started making altered journals. No, junk journals 11 years ago. And, you know, who cares if it's a little messy? Who cares? And you don't have to cut things perfectly or center them, even though I try really hard to center things. But that's it. That's the board finished. So, if you make one, tag me and let me know. I want to see. Thanks for watching.